Assembling your wall patching toolkit. Every home improvement job depends on tools and supplies, and your wall patching kit needs 4 main things: a utility knife, a drywall knife, a tub of wall patching compound, and a couple of sanding sponges. The first item, that utility knife, is what you'll use to slice drywall paper and loose bits of drywall away from areas of damage. My favorite type of utility knife for wall patching uses something called segmented blades. DeWalt is one brand that makes excellent knives with blades like these, in my experience. Every blade has a little score line that makes it easy to break off dull bits of blade, exposing a sharp edge and tip. Advance the blade so the score line sits just past the metal body of the knife. Orient the score side down on a hard surface, then press. You'll hear a little ping sound, and the broken bit of blade will be sitting there. Dispose of broken bits of blade safely, since they're still pretty sharp and can cause injury. The exposed new tip of your blade is now really sharp and ready to go. The next tool you'll need is a drywall knife, but that's really rather a poor name for it. This tool is neither sharp nor used for cutting. Think of it more like a spatula for applying wall repair compound onto damaged areas. You'll find drywall knives at every hardware store, and you should choose a 4-inch wide model. Although it's not essential, you'll also find a 1.5-inch wide putty knife useful for patching small areas. Regardless of whether you buy both or just the 4-inch model, it's very important that you keep your drywall knives clean and polished so they slide over the spackling compound smoothly. More on maintaining polished patching knives later. The third item you need is a tub of wall patching compound. My current favorite is 3M Patch Plus Primer for reasons I'll explain later. There are many different kinds of wall patching compound available, and this stuff is sometimes generically called spackle or spackling compound. I don't know how such a wacky name came to mean stuff you use to fix a wall, but that's what it's called. The best spackles dry quickly, sand easily, and require no priming before painting. They also come in small tubs for easy use. Drywall compound is different than spackle, and it's what professional drywallers use when installing sheets of drywall and hiding the joints. It's similar to spackle in some ways, but it usually comes in massive tubs that you won't need. Drywall compound is also more watery than spackle and takes longer to dry. As good as it is for what it was designed for, stay away from ordinary drywall compound for the kind of simple drywall repairs you'll learn how to do here. Spackle is the stuff you want. The fourth thing you'll need in your drywall repair kit is a sanding sponge. A couple of them, actually. Sanding is a key operation for creating invisible drywall repairs, and a sanding sponge is so much better than sandpaper. Why? A good sanding sponge has just the right combination of rigidity and flexibility required to create smooth results that are also flat. Smooth and flat are key. Sanding sponges come in different grades of coarseness, and I keep 2 types in my own kit, an 80 grit and a 120 grit. Grit numbers like these are used all through the abrasives industry. The number refers to the quantity of grit particles found on a typical square inch surface of the abrasive. 80 grit is coarser than 120 grit because there are fewer particles, but they're larger. Sometimes the grittiness of sanding sponges is rated in words, not numbers, so choose a medium and a fine sponge for your drywall repair kit. More advanced drywall repair jobs might require some drywall screws, a drill to drive these screws, some wood strips, and a saw. We'll get to this later, though. For now, the 4 items I've shown you here are all you need. Be sure to pick up a plastic tote or a toolbox of some kind to keep the kit together. Organization is an often overlooked key to home improvement success. Messy tools usually mean messy results. There's one other thing you need to become a drywall repair guru, and that's a powerful light. It doesn't have to be fancy, and one of the new battery-powered LED floodlights are usually ideal for the job. Bright lights show flaws more clearly, and you need to see the flaws so you can fix them. More on this later. For now, With everything in hand in your kit, you're ready to tackle the simplest and possibly the most common type of drywall repair, fixing those very common empty nail holes left behind by pictures.